The concept of the Vedic Yuga Cycle is an ancient Hindu belief that describes cyclical patterns of time, divided into 4 distinct ages: Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dvapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga. Each yuga represents varying phases of human morality, spiritual consciousness, and societal dynamics, with Satya Yuga being a golden age of enlightenment and Kali Yuga representing a period of darkness and decline. This cycle is not just a mythological narrative, but serves as a philosophical framework for understanding the ebb and flow of cosmic and human developments. The significance of the Vedic Yuga cycle is profound, as it provides a lens through which practitioners can interpret the progression and regression inherent in human history and consciousness. The concept is significant in that it offers an explanation for the perceived decline in spiritual values and societal conditions. It suggests a cyclical nature of time rather than a linear progression, which can help contextualize current global challenges and inspire a mindset of resilience and hope for eventual renewal. For instance, the transition from Dvapara Yuga to Kali Yuga has been attributed to observable, real-world events such as shifts in political structures and environmental changes. These historical parallels have given the Yuga cycle a degree of credibility among those who view time as an ever-repeating loop. Supporters of the Yuga cycle often cite the rhythm and predictability of natural phenomena like the seasons and cosmic cycles as evidence supporting this worldview. Additionally, proponents argue that understanding these cycles can lead to a more balanced life, as individuals align their actions with the larger cosmic order. However, the Yuga cycle is not without controversy. Critics challenge its lack of empirical evidence and contend that it may discourage proactive efforts to address current global issues by relegating them to inevitable phases in a cycle. Others argue that the cycle could be interpreted as a deterministic view of history, potentially stifling human agency. Despite these challenges, the Yuga cycle influences various aspects of spiritual discourse and cultural traditions, offering insights into human psychology and societal evolution. It invites reflection on our current evolve, Kali Yuga, and how actions today can impact the transition toward a future renewal, aligning with the cyclical pattern that promises eventual return to a golden age. In this way, it serves not only as a narrative about the past and present, but as a guide for navigating the complexities of modern life. The concept of Satya Yuga, often referred to as the Golden Age, forms a cornerstone of the Vedic Yuga cycle. It represents a period of unparalleled spiritual and technological perfection, a time when humanity is believed to live in complete harmony with the divine and natural laws. During Satya Yuga, human consciousness is at its peak, manifesting qualities like truth, purity, and enlightenment. In this era, individuals embody virtues, live in abundance, and have the knowledge to harness advanced technologies in ways that promote universal well-being. The significance of Satya Yuga within the Vedic Yuga cycle is profound. It sets the ideal standard from which the subsequent ages, Treta, Dvapara, and Kali Yuga, descend in terms of moral and spiritual decay. The transition from Satya Yuga to Kali Yuga is seen as a gradual decline in virtue, wisdom, and connection to higher consciousness, making the Golden Age a crucial benchmark in understanding the current Dark Age, or Kali Yuga, where ignorance and materialism predominate. Illustrative examples of Satya Yuga's influence can be drawn from ancient Indian texts, which describe advanced societies with profound spiritual knowledge and technologies that remain incomprehensible to us today. Some propose that the architectural and astronomical precision seen in structures like the pyramids of Egypt or the megalithic temples of South India might echo remnants of capabilities from that time. Another example is the Vedic literature that speaks of Vimanas, flying crafts that demonstrate a sophisticated understanding of engineering and aerial technology far beyond the invention capabilities of their era. Supporters of this concept argue that the existence of ancient scriptures and consistent mythologies across various cultures points to a lost age of wisdom and technological prowess. However, potential challenges arise due to the lack of empirical evidence strictly aligning with the timelines of modern archaeology. Critics assert that these descriptions are more mythological than historical, representing idealized visions rather than factual accounts. The concept of Satya Yuga profoundly influences other aspects of the Vedic Yuga cycle by providing a framework for analyzing human progress and regression. It acts as a philosophical tool to inspire a return to higher consciousness and virtues, playing a pivotal role in spiritual teachings that stress the importance of striving for personal and collective enlightenment despite the prevailing influences of the Kali Yuga. While it sparks debate, the notion of Satya Yuga continues to serve as a powerful narrative in exploring cyclical history and human potential. The transition from Satya Yuga to Treta Yuga marks a significant shift within the Vedic Yuga cycle, where the world moves from an age of spiritual and technological peak into one of gradual decline. Satya Yuga, often referred to as the Golden Age, is characterized by truth, morality, and unparalleled wisdom. It is a time when humans live harmoniously, deeply connected to the universe and its spiritual essence, resulting in advanced technological achievements that are seamless with nature. Treta Yuga follows as the second age, where the purity seen in Satya Yuga begins to diminish. Although still a period of high-mindedness, it witnesses the onset of moral and ethical decline, setting the stage for further degradation in succeeding ages. The transition is crucial as it signifies the initial departure from an ideal state towards the complexities and imperfections of subsequent ages. It reflects the cyclical nature of existence, underscoring how periods of enlightenment inevitably give way to decline, prompting introspection about current human conditions and a longing for lost wisdom. In terms of real-world applications, one can find correlations in historical shifts from perceived golden ages to more trying times. For instance, the Renaissance period in Europe, characterized by intellectual and cultural flourishing, eventually transitioned to times of conflict and strife. Similarly, the Indus Valley civilization exhibited periods of significant advancement followed by decline, potentially illustrating these cyclical concepts. Opinions supporting this transition from a spiritual and technological zenith to gradual decline argue that it mirrors human history's ebb and flow, emphasizing lessons on the importance of moral and spiritual grounding. It suggests that technological progress without ethical stewardship can lead to societal regression, a viewpoint gaining traction in contemporary discussions about technology and ethics. However, potential challenges to this concept include skepticism about the literal interpretation of the yugas, with critics questioning the feasibility and historical accuracy of such grand cycles. Alternative viewpoints propose that these are metaphorical, emphasizing moral storytelling rather than precise historical accounts. This transition from Satya to Treta Yuga is interlinked with the broader theme of cyclical time, found in many philosophies, positing that understanding these cycles encourages humanity to strive for periods of light, even within ages of darkness. It connects to other aspects of the Yuga cycle by setting the foundation for subsequent ages and influencing the perceived moral and spiritual decay leading to the Kali Yuga, the current age, highlighting the ongoing quest for balance and enlightenment. The onset of decline, known as Dvapara Yuga, marks the transition from the perfection and harmony of the Satya Yuga into a period of gradual deterioration. According to the Vedic Yuga Cycle, this era represents the penultimate phase in the cosmic timeline, leading towards the current Kali Yuga, or the Dark Age. Dvapara Yuga is characterized by a decrease in virtue and wisdom, coupled with the emergence of doubt and discord. This period witnesses the fall of absolute truth and the beginning of human struggle with internal and external conflicts, thus highlighting the decline from a golden age to a more complex and challenging epoch. The significance of Dvapara Yuga in the Vedic Yuga Cycle lies in its role as a pivotal juncture where the integrity of spiritual and technological perfection begins to waver. This shift illustrates the duality inherent in the balance between human advancement and moral decay. By understanding this transition, we gain insights into the gradual progression of civilizations and their inevitable cycles of rise and fall, a reflection of this cosmic cosmology. Consider the epic of the Mahabharata, set in this era, which encapsulates the moral dilemmas and societal upheavals characteristic of the Dvapara Yuga. The tale of the Kurukshetra War, with its complex interplay of familial loyalty and righteousness, exemplifies the ethical ambiguity of the time. In a contemporary context, we might liken the themes of Dvapara Yuga to the rapid technological advancements of recent decades, juxtaposed with increasing ethical quandaries and environmental concerns. Notably, some scholars and spiritual leaders argue that understanding the lessons of this era could help prevent the excesses seen in the Kali Yuga, suggesting that the recognition of past patterns could guide future actions. However, this concept does face challenges, particularly from those who question the literal interpretation of the Yuga cycle. Critics argue that seeing history and human development through a deterministic lens might oversimplify complex social and historical dynamics. Furthermore, the cyclical nature of the Yuga theory can conflict with modern scientific perspectives on linear time and evolution. Nonetheless, Dvapara Yuga's concept intrinsically connects to the broader theme of the Yuga cycle by providing context for the cultural and spiritual shifts leading to the present era. This historical perspective encourages introspection and discourse on the continuity and change within human society, prompting essential discussions on how to foster a more balanced and aware existence amidst the ongoing challenges of the Kali Yuga.